Hey, well, we just watched the two-episode premiere of Agatha All Along. I'm going to let Tom go ahead and get started. What did you think, Tom?
It was boring. It was uninteresting. It was contrived beyond belief. It was actually kind of homophobic, or using the trope of homophobia of a gay person being in a closet and hanging out with a bunch of hags. But it just wasn't interesting. The beginning, like the first episode, could have been the 5 minute cold opening of an actual show. And it just, I like the gal from that 70s show, and it's just not, I'm not interested in it. It's not, there's nothing that grabs me that says, oh gosh, this is going to be cool.
It didn't suck you in?
No, it's boring. It's a Disney witch show. It's not, I can't even say it's a Marvel. It's just a Disney witch show. There's nothing, it's basically a bigger Hocus Pocus, and it doesn't have the charm of Hocus Pocus.
Okay, all right. I'm not hating it yet. I'm still going to reserve judgment on the rest of it as it plays out, but so far I'm not, I kind of like it. I really like seeing all the residents of Westview come back for it because in the beginning that's where it takes place and all that, and they brought all the main characters back for at least the first episode, and I like seeing them. And the whole first episode thing was, well, I don't want to do any spoilers, but
And again, like, who is this show made for? Because we all know that he is the Scarlet Witch's son.
Well, that was the spoiler I was trying to avoid. But
everybody knows because
it's out. It is out. So it's really
it's not
it
a
is.
spoiler.
It's not.
Yeah.
That cat is out of the bag.
So
So to speak.
does that even makes
But
second.
I'm still curious to see how they're going to explain it away and justify it because I don't get it yet, and I'm hoping to get it by the end. It's Jack Schaefer who wrote WandaVision. This is clearly a sequel to WandaVision or connected to it, and it's a Agatha on her own journey, whatever. But
it's just so boring.
And I can see why they would want to do something like this with the spin-off with Catherine Hahn.
So how many episodes is it?
Well, if it's the standard Marvel format, should be only be 6.
So that's,
we'll get 4 more.
Yeah, so that's what? An hour, almost a 3-hour movie?
More or less. I mean, the first episode was shorter than the second. And but at least it was not 25 minutes like The Acolyte. Oh my God! And we keep bringing up The Acolyte. I wish we could
This just has a better
put that to rest.
This has a better production value, but I just
it's got. I mean, at least it's got a cohesive story and script going on so far.
But it's just not interesting.
And
there's nothing like, oh, she wants her power back. Oh wow, it sounds like Bob Iger trying to get back what he had before he screwed everything up. It's boring. I don't care. There's nothing compelling that makes me want to sit down and watch the next episode.
So,
there was nothing compelling about me wanting to watch the second episode other than this is what we're doing. There's nothing interesting about the show to me. I wasn't invested in WandaVision. It was
not like I was.
Slightly entertaining, but it didn't come through. Because, the Vision just disappeared and the children disappeared. But then, look, there's the kid now. So it makes no sense, and it's going to be, since the kid can't speak.
I'm hoping it makes more sense than the kids in the Multiverse of Madness in another universe where they were the same age.
So it doesn't...
and it could even throw all that out the window.
Then it makes that movie even...
Which makes that movie even more of a waste of their time and money to have even done it in the first place, yes.
But it just... obviously there's some kind of hex on the boy, because he can't say his name, and every time he tries to talk about his life, She can't hear it. Now, it could be a thing
Okay,
just for her.
Yes,
Or for...
I'm thinking it is because she's not supposed to know who he is yet, and there's some kind of something about it. It has to have something to do with Wanda, and again, they're teasing us with it, and I'm sure we're not going to have the big reveal for at least 2 or 3 weeks. I'm reserving judgment on that.
I want some.
No, it's foreshadowing. It's
boring.
It is. Well, I don't know what you call it, but
they need to get this show on the road, and it's just really slow and really boring, and I'm not interested. I'm not engaged. I don't need a lightsaber or something else to keep me watching the show. I need something to pull me in, something that's interesting. None of this
you can invest in.
Yeah, there's nothing here interesting. Audrey Plaza's too old, and I'm just not. I don't whoop-de-doo, and her kind of quasi-kinky lesbian thing just doesn't cut it either. It's boring, and I'm afraid that the rest of the show is going to be boring. I would like it to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be. My predictions in our anticipation video that nobody watched, I was a little more generous about it, but I just don't. It's worse than I thought, and I had already heard about his stupid comments that he had made. It's the gayest Marvel, blah blah. I don't care about that.
No.
Whoop-de-fucking-do. I'm just not interested. It's boring. Boring.
It appears, and again, not getting into too many spoilers, but it appears that it's about to kick in, which is typical for a lot of these series. The first 2 episodes are a lot of exposition, setting everything up. That's why they give us the first 2, just to kind of get us into, so that we'll come back to it. And I mean, really, we'll just see. We'll see. I mean, I'm just trying to look at it, on.
But I've seen too many mystery boxes. Everybody writes like fucking Abrams now. It's a mystery box. We got to go to the next episode. This is like Lost to me. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, well, unlike Lost, this is not going to go on for 3 years and just go nowhere. It's only
got 6 episodes.
Yeah,
it's just gonna go nowhere.
And I mean, it's a holiday, seasonal Halloween series. So
I would have rather had a special.
Scary aspect to it.
I would have rather had a nice special.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
Instead of this.
I don't know. I'm enjoying it so far. It's like Tom said, it's kind of off to a slow start, but I wasn't really that bored with it. It was interesting to me. Very similar to WandaVision. It's mostly because same writer, and it's her whole idea of what happens to Wanda, to Agatha after the end of WandaVision. So
it's a villain who's after her power and who wasn't even an interesting villain.
It could even be a setup for more of Agatha popping up from time to time. Not another whole series devoted to her, but she was a nanny to the Fantastic Four at one point. So you never know, she could show up in a Fantastic Four film.
Oh gosh.
Lord. Depending on how the Fantastic Four comes out and whether or not it's any good, and they're gonna,
oh Lord.
No, that's a topic for another day for sure. Because not looking forward to the Fantastic Four. Well, I am looking forward to some of these other upcoming projects. I'm looking forward to Captain America, mostly because they went back to the drawing board and reshot it, and because their first cut of it was reportedly not good. And same thing with Daredevil. They were in the mid. They had gone into production on it, and they got to a point where they're like, you know what? This is not good. What are we doing here? No. Scrap it. Let's go back to the drawing board, and what I've seen from what we're going to get, looks like it's going to be really good, and I can't wait. And I really can't wait for the Thunderbolts. Everything I see about the Thunderbolts makes me look more and more forward to it, and I hope I'm not setting myself up for disappointment like I did with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So far, I'm not hating this, though, and Tom, he's not his cup of tea, whatever. Not every comic book was everybody's cup of tea every time on the rack either. There were a hell of a lot of comics that I never touched because it was just not anything interesting to me.
I just want to see how bad it is compared to what the people who think they know what they're talking about are saying, and they aren't completely off.
I mean,
but I don't think they've hit the mark either.
If nothing,
they haven't talked about how boring it is.
Yeah, they've been on this other bandwagon thing that I don't want to get into right now. But I'm hoping that if nothing else, this one is like coming to the end of all the corporate woke feminism that we've had has infiltrated, the Marvel Studios and other Lucasfilm and all that stuff. I mean, if it's the last thing we get before we get back to good storytelling and dump all this stuff, then hey, I'm all for that too. So
the eternal optimist.
I mean, I can't help it. I have, I mean, rebellions are built on hope, right?
Oh.
But no, man. We'll see you next week about this. Let us know what you think. Chime in.
Yes, if you bothered to watch it, tell me what you think, because I want to know.
Yeah, we want to know what people really think, and not what all the shills are going on about, and not what all the neurotics are going on about either. And no disrespect to neurotic or single that one out, but you know what I'm talking about. Those people that are just down on everything for no other reason than just to get clicks.
Like, share, subscribe.
Thank you.